Hey guys, so before we get started with this video, there's a few things that I would like to let you know. First things first, the Direct has been announced for today. And by the time this video goes up, we'll probably only be a few hours away. So that's why I had to kind of rush the video out. So if you guys notice that some parts of it are heavily edited and some parts are not as well edited, that's why. Halfway through, I'm slow at editing, so halfway through the edits pretty much will just stop. But yeah, I still want to get my predictions video out because for now that's probably the only video I'll get out. I won't be able to do my live reaction because I have to work, but I'll try to do a reaction once I get off of work. Not exactly live, but you know, like record my reaction and show it to you guys. So yeah, that's about it. So enjoy the video. Hey, how's it going, guys? ElectricVideoGamer here, and welcome to another edition of EVG Speaks, the show where I get in front right here and I tell you about something that's probably not going to happen until the somewhat near future anyway. Just to take advantage of YouTube algorithm, because isn't that what we're all trying to do? Alright, so it's about that time, more or less. Time to talk about predictions for the September Nintendo Direct, whenever it may come about. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a Nintendo Direct in September. Let me get that out of the way. They could very well be like, hey, October, we got a Direct. Yeah. Because Nintendo does Nintendo. So, what this video essentially is to do is to talk about my predictions for what will be in our Fall Direct. Our eventual Fall Direct. Alright. So, what do we get? Here's the thing. This year, stacked. Games galore. I don't think they need to announce any more games, at least not for this year. The farthest one I can think of for them to announce would have to be, Town, or as has been confirmed very recently at the time of recording, Little Town Hero, New Town Hero. That's as far as I can think of the only game that we know about, kind of, that they could talk about here. Aside from that, I don't know. I'll get into more of it later. Back to DLC. You see this right here? Yeah. Curse of the Vampire, I believe, is what the DLC expansion is called. The one that will include the Marvel Knights. As we know, that includes Blade, Moon Knight, The Punisher, and Morbius. And of course, they could very well include more. In fact, here's my first outlandish prediction. They will have 2 more characters to be involved in that. Shang-Chi, that's how it's pronounced, the Kung Fu Master, and a combo pack, Cloak and Dagger. I feel like that would work out pretty well. It would be pretty cool to see. I also think that they'll confirm more characters will come for free. In this case, I'm going to say Black Bolt and Medusa. And that's pretty much it as far as the Marvel Ultimate Alliance DLC goes. There's other games. Super Smash Brothers, of course. No matter what Nintendo Direct we get, there's going to be Smash Brothers if Smash Brothers is a thing. So, the question is, what Smash Bros. Related will we get? Assuming that we don't already get something about Banjo beforehand, we're going to get the Banjo release date. I doubt we'll get anything else aside from that, and I'm pretty sure they'll do information about that separately. That being said, it's pretty much guaranteed that we will at least get our 4th DLC character in the Fall Direct. I could totally see them doing the same thing they did for Cloud. They announced Cloud at the end of their Nintendo Direct, and then they said, hey, final Direct presentation coming in December. And boom, that's where we got Corrin and Bayonetta. I could see that happening here. They announced the 4th character, whoever they may be, Leon Kennedy. Then they used that 4th character to say, hey, we're going to announce we're gonna announce the final character in our final presentation, and we'll talk about release and extra features and whatnot. But look forward to that last character, Doom Guy. There's my Smash predictions. You got it? Good. Next, there's another game that's getting a lot of DLC in the future, and that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, they're not at the point where they can really share anything about story DLC yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll talk about what extra maps there are, extra paralogs, perhaps more characters that can join your group, like Anna. Please give me Anna. Please give me Anna. Thank you. I could totally see that. And as far as DLC goes, I think that's all I can think of. Because I don't think they're going to do DLC for Astral Chain or Link's Awakening. By the way, I do think that this Direct will be out either by the time Link's Awakening is out, or at the very most, like a week or two before Link's Awakening comes out. So, thusly, I don't think there will be a lot of Link's Awakening in this Direct. Probably a reminder that, hey, this exists, buy it. Buy it! Same thing for Daemon X Machina. Just another, hey, this exists, buy it. Hopefully they're through advertising the crap out of Dragon Quest XI-S. Because honestly, I'm starting to get very tired of seeing more new advertisements for that. The thing is, it wouldn't bother me so much if it was just a straight up new game. But they already detailed everything that has changed for it in the February Direct. We don't need to know anymore. It's just Dragon Quest XI, but better. We get it. Move on. I'll probably still pick it up. I don't even care. Pokermans. Let's talk Pokermans. As you can see, I'm trying to dodge the vacuum in the room, as well as the island in the room. Don't worry, I'll get to them in just a bit. Let's talk Pokemon. So, as far as Pokemon goes, they usually don't do too much with Pokemon in Nintendo Directs. They usually show off, let's see, when they've showed Pokemon in Nintendo Directs, they've only shown like a little bit. Maybe an overview trailer, or not even an overview trailer, maybe a short story trailer, show off a new Pokemon or two, some sort of exclusive information, that kind of thing. In this case, I think it'll be the same thing. They may show off a new trainer, or they may just show off new Pokemon or new evolutions, like Sirfetch'd, who is, by the way, in that Pokemon leak that happened a while back, which so far has been 100% legitimate. So, you know, that's all I'm saying on that for now. But look forward to Sirfetch'd. Sirfetch'd. Yeah, that's all I can really think of about Pokemon. Do I? Should I? Yeah. Alright, let's get to it. First, the vacuum in the room. Luigi's Mansion 3. I think that's going to be the focus of our Direct in this fall. They're going to talk more about Luigi's Mansion 3, and more so, kind of the story. Because I think the story overview has been already explained enough. But along with kind of the story, more importantly, the locales, the floors. What's going to be involved with the floors and whatnot. Now that I think about it, there is one part of the story that we don't know about, and that's EGAD. So, how EGAD fits into all of this. And of course, what happens in Mario, Peach, Toad, all of them. So, and maybe even a look at our big bad. Because they already showed King Boo chasing Luigi in the hallway. I don't think King Boo is the big bad this time. He might be like the big bad. He might be like the big bad that we see all the time, but then there's a bigger bad that you gotta fight, and then you find out, hey, King Boo actually was the big bad the entire time. You know, those shenanigans. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and say that King Boo is not the big bad this time. We'll probably get more of that. I doubt we'll get any more like moves or anything, since they already showed that off at E3. But I do think a focus on the locales, the different floors, the different portrait ghosts that you gotta fight, all of those. That's gonna be what they focus on. Kind of similar to how they did Mario Odyssey, actually. Because for Mario Odyssey, they focused primarily on the locations that you're going in. That was their whole thing with Mario Odyssey for their Fall Direct when they did that. Anywho, so that's my guess as far as Luigi's Mansion 3. Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's the island in the room. I'm gonna be straightforward. I don't think we'll get much of it. We'll get a bit. I'm pretty sure we'll get a bit. Just an update to say, hey, this is what's going on the deserted island and what you can do in it. Maybe a little tease of, hey, here's Blathers. Hey, here's the Able sisters. Hey, here's Reese and Cyrus. Oh, you remember Isabel? Here's Isabel. You know, that kind of thing. Showing you some legacy characters and bringing them in here. Speaking of which, we haven't really seen many villagers in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like, we saw the Nooks, Timmy and Tommy, and of course Tom. And of course, we saw them in the commercial. But we didn't really see any villagers during, like, the demos or anything. It was just the villager making the island, but no actual other animal villagers. So maybe a short introduction on some of the villagers that will be in, that can frequent your islands. I'm probably thinking a bit too much about this because I firmly believe we will get maybe even 2. I know we're definitely going to get 1, but I think maybe even 2 Animal Crossing themed directs before Animal Crossing New Horizons comes out. I feel like Animal Crossing is a big enough series where they would do full Nintendo Directs for them. Even though, you know, people like me don't really play the games that much. I'm excited for New Horizons though. That looks fun. Yeah. And I think that's it as far as what we know. Of course, there's always going to be the big elephants in the room. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, and now another elephant joined the party. Breath of the Wild 2. Yay! That's a lot of elephants. I don't think any of them were going to be talked about here. None of them. Absolutely none. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2, I feel like those are self-explanatory. Why they won't talk about them. Okay. Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2 are self-explanatory. Okay? Prime 4 was just delayed recently. I doubt they'd have anything to show, not even in 6 months. Breath of the Wild 2 was just revealed, and it's still a work in progress. That's probably a next E3 reveal, if anything. Shin Megami Tensei 5, I don't know where that's at. That's up to Atlas. At this point, that's up to Atlas, but I'd imagine they're so busy with Persona 5 Royal and all the other Persona 5 shenanigans they're doing that they probably don't want to focus too much attention on Shin Megami Tensei 5 right now. But then again, they put out Catherine Full Body, so who knows at this point, really. At this point, for Shin Megami Tensei 5, it'll get here when it gets here. That's my thought on it. Bayonetta 3. I do think we will see Bayonetta 3 very soon. But I don't think it'll be in the next Direct. I think that they want to ride Astral Chain first. Not that way. Get that out your mind, you dirty people. Yeah, Astral Chain would have just released by the time this Direct came out. So, I think that they want to let it ride. Let it go through its cycle. And then say, hey, you guys like Platinum Games, right? You like Astral Chain, right? Well, guess what? Bayonetta 3's coming soon, people. Alright. So yeah, that's my thought on all of those, pretty much. I do think that it's very likely we'll see Bayonetta 3 this year. And that's the only one out of the 4 that I think we will see anything of anytime soon. Now let's get into new stuff. I already talked about Little Town Hero, or Town, as we knew it before. There's other games as well that we know about that are coming next year, or even later this year, that may need talking about. Like some others I forgot to mention, like Mario and Sonic, Panzer Dragoon, what else? Trials of Mana, I suppose. No More Heroes 3, Ninjala. You get the idea. I think that they will show up when they show up. I think Mario and Sonic will definitely get a little kind of like, hey, we exist. Buy us, please. Please. Pokemon's good, but buy us. Please. Alright. And then Panzer Dragoon will probably get maybe a release window or date or something. It already has a window, but maybe even a date. I don't know. I'm guessing at this point. Suda does whatever he wants to do, so I don't think we'll see anything No More Heroes 3 related. At least not in the Nintendo Direct. Maybe in a indie Direct? It's not really an indie game anymore, is it? Maybe, though, at the Game Awards, we might see No More Heroes 3. That's my guess. Either that or Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime Trilogy. Please, for the love of Pizza, Metroid Prime Trilogy. That's my hopeless prediction. Can we please see Metroid Prime Trilogy? That's my Mother 3 prediction. Everyone's like, we will see Mother 3 in this Direct. No? Okay, we'll see Mother 3 in this Direct. I used to be like that. I used to. Then I gave up. But Metroid Prime Trilogy, I haven't given up on that yet. Don't think I gave up. I didn't give. Metroid Prime Trilogy, I'm predicting it for this Direct, and that is that. And then when it's not here, I'll predict it for the next one. And then if it's not there, then I will get tired of predicting it. That's all you need. That's all you need. So, I'm insane, by the way. How are you doing? Anywho, aside from that, I don't know what else. Here's my predictions. Whatever we get as far as... I don't think we're getting any more games for this year. We'll get updates on them, like Witcher 3 and all those. But I don't think we'll get, like, actual new games for this year. So, I guess it's best to just predict what we could get as far as next year. I do think that we'll announce at least one big first-party game for next year. If I had to have my guess, I think it's a Mario spinoff. Now, what kind of Mario spinoff? I don't know. But I'm guessing it's probably either a sports or party title. So maybe somewhere along the lines of Mario Sluggers. I doubt Mario Strikers because Next Level is working on Luigis Mansion 3. So Mario Sluggers or maybe Mario Golf, because I haven't heard anything about Camelot adding new characters to Mario Tennis recently. Though they very well could still be doing that, and I just haven't been paying attention because I don't play that game anymore. And then Super Mario Party 2, I'm sure is coming, I just don't know when. Mario Party devs have been really good about pumping out a game a year. For the Switch, I don't know if they'll do that. It's kind of the same principle with Fire Emblem. I feel like we're going to get a Fire Emblem sequel on the Switch, but I don't know how long it'll take. Usually it's 2 years between each Fire Emblem game, even if the previous Fire Emblem game had a crap ton of DLC. But since it's on the Switch, I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? Time could extend because of that. I'm sweating. Good night. We'll see. But I think that something like that could work for early in the next year. Aside from that, perhaps some ports from the Wii U. I'm still vying for Wonderful 101. Come on now. I know Platinum just got done. Look, here I was explaining why Bayonetta 3 wouldn't be in the Direct, and here I am saying, oh, but Wonderful 101, that could work. Clearly. Because I guess I like Wonderful 101 more than Bayonetta, which I do. Don't judge. Either way, I think Wonderful 101 could be announced here. It's a port. It would be a port. Bayonetta 3 ain't no port. It's a new game. Wonderful 101 port. Makes sense. Another one I could solely see, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Same thing with Shin Megami Tensei 5. Support. It's just a port. Otherwise, Pikmin 3. Yeah. Everyone is talking about Pikmin 3. And then Metroid Prime Trilogy. Please. Please. Recently it came out the Super Nintendo games may be coming to the Switch because of the trademark slash plans for the Super Nintendo controller that structure like Joy-Cons. Yeah, it's about time. About 2 years ago, it was about time. Here's the thing though. Does it accompany a price hike? Because if it accompanies a price hike, that's crap. That's very crap. I don't like that. Not at all. You gotta come up with some killer games or just some more systems if you're gonna hike the price. Because honestly, NES games, really? A lot of people bought the online just to either play online or for the NES games. What you got so far is not worth 20. Add Super Nintendo games? Alright, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Especially if you got something like Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Earthbound. If you get Chrono Trigger on there, you're good. But, yeah, if you plan on hiking the price just for Super Nintendo games, no. 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 Well, that's it for Nintendo Switch Online. I think a revival is in order. Maybe some sort of big, like, surprise. Hey, this game is coming next year. Hope you're ready for it. Kind of like what they did with Luigi's Mansion and Animal Crossing last year. So, what games would those be? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking along the lines of either Mario Kart 9. Yeah, it might be a time for that. So I'm thinking either Mario Kart 9 or finally, Pikmin 4. That's another one I could see. Nintendo does a good job at listening to their fans when they really want something. A new game or what have you. They have been doing a good job. Let me say that. They have been doing a good job recently. So I do think that seeing Pikmin 4 and then seeing a Mario Kart 9 could bode well for them. Honorable mention guess, Paper Mario. New Paper Mario. I don't know if that'll happen, but it would be cool. I do think it'll happen eventually, but I don't know if it'll happen this year at all. A new Wario game also, I could totally see them announcing that. So, yeah. Wario Land in particular. And I think that's it as far as most of my predictions go. There haven't been a lot of rumors, so I can't really go by the rumor monger and figure things out, but this is basically where I stand. One more thing. Back on the DLC train, Super Mario Maker 2. We'll definitely get more enhancements, more DLC for that game as well. So, the ability to play online with friends. That'll probably be focused on in the Direct. As well as new items, new construction tools, what have you. Maybe even some new Nintendo courses. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell. Let me know what you think will happen, what you think we'll get in the Fall Direct. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys are watching this after the Direct happened, tell me how wrong I am. I love hearing about that. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later.